Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime. What is going on, y'all? Happy Wednesday indeed. Oh man, glitches in the Matrix this morning, y'all. Glitches in the Matrix. Okay, let me just go over a little bit of my day. All right, I'm gonna get into the topic, but I wanted to definitely point this stuff out because there's something up. And usually when I notice this, I just keep it to myself and I kind of go through the process. But I want you guys to be aware of this, okay? All my Mindset Matters legends and the Mindset Matters Institute, everybody listening to this, if you're on mindset, you will notice things in your awakenings, right? And there are different level awakenings, right? You're going to continuously ascend as you awaken, okay? And you'll start to notice things. I like to call the levels, super, quantum, subatomic, right? I feel like I'm in the subatomic realm. So there's some really interesting things that have been happening, right? Because I've been self-developing for quite some time and really, really working hard on myself to try and do the best I can to be a better version of myself each and every day with a lot of different little things, right? That's why I'm always on here talking about stuff, because it's all of this different stuff that I've freaking worked on, right? So listen to this, y'all. Okay, I wake up this morning and I'm doing my usual. I usually motivate in the morning, just a small little, maybe 20-30 seconds of motivation on Instagram, right? My Instagram stories. And I'm trying to post the Instagram stories and it's literally glitching, right? And I'm like, what is going on? So this is before I get in the car. I'm like, this is weird. So I'm like trying to do it over. I get off the Wi-Fi. Of course, I'm doing all of the technical stuff, right? I'm like, something is up. I'm thinking it's me, but it maybe was Instagram. Who knows? So I'm like, okay, so screw that. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about that. Like, I'm just trying to do it before I get to the gym like I normally do, because I kind of motivate, then I go do my workout, then I come in and I do these, right? And I do all my videos and stuff like that. And yeah, it's glitching. I'm running through 4 clips. I did this 4 different times. Right. So maybe that's significant because I did it like 4 different times and I'm trying to post 4 clips and it's like, no, it's like, nope, freezing. We're freezing up. We're just going to freeze. Nope. Not happening. And I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like, okay, well, just let that go. Like, maybe it's just not time for it. But I get to the gym. And there's green cones in very weirdly specific parking spots, y'all. I mean, it's not even like in a row to like block off a bunch of space. It was so freaking weird, dude. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like, nope, I already know. I know what's going on. It's a glitch in the matrix. So I just accepted it, right? I'm like, okay, glitch in the matrix. Cool. I'm not going to trip out. There's just a glitch right now. There's total glitch going on. Cause it's like literally like in the back of the parking lot, there's 2 cones there. Then in the front of the parking lot, there's 1 cone, and there's 1 cone like in the middle. It was in weird spots and there was no real way to logically identify why those cones were there. It's not like that spot was broken, there was a pothole in it. Nothing. Okay, so I'm telling you, this is this is part of it. This is like, okay, there's glitches going on here. So I walk in, normal Kev. Okay, yep, the normal basketball kids are there, just like this couple of kids that are practicing with, I don't know who their trainer is. It could be their dad or whoever, but they're there. So I'm like, okay, yeah, there's some familiarity here. All right, now I get to go ahead and just go do my thing. Today's my cardio day. I'm about to just work it out. Let's get it in. Let's shoot some hoops, right? Let's play some ball. So I'm starting playing some ball, and then all of a sudden, when I'm coming around the 3-point line, I look out the door of the gym, of the basketball court gym, and there's like these flashes of lights. And I'm like, what is going on? And so I'm like, well, I'm not letting this disturb my workout, man. I got specific time frames of things that I need to do, right? So I'm like, okay, let me just continue to work out. But then it's happening. It's just happening. It's like, And I'm like, who's doing a photo shoot in LA Fitness right now? Like, what? So literally stop. I get done with my basketball cardio part. And I'm like, okay, let me take a look at this. So I'm looking out there and I'm like, okay, I don't see anybody familiar, but there's literally a whole crew, like a whole crew. There's a photo person. He's got the big lights on the side, just inside of LA Fitness. And I'm like, huh? So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do my normal cardio, which happened to be right in the area that they were in. So I'm like, okay, let me go over here and get on the exercise bike. So I'm going on the exercise bike and I'm watching them, and they're doing clips of stuff, and they're like taking pictures of them doing the ropes and pushing the thing, and I'm just like, huh? So I'm like, okay, Kev, here's an opportunity, right? Now, I missed an opportunity. I mentioned this on my story. I missed an opportunity. I saw Damian Lillard, which is the point guard for the Portland Trail Blazers. I literally walked directly in front of this dude on Sunday and didn't say anything to him. Not this past Sunday. I think it was like 2 Sundays ago. But missed the opportunity, right? So I'm like, okay, Kev, you really don't want to go anywhere in your life. I mean, not saying that, right? But that's how I was pissed at myself, because I'm like, I should have introduced myself. I should have said something, but I couldn't remember the man's name at first. So I didn't want to be rude and be like, yo, hey, here's what I'm doing. I just want to come up to you because, I know you're somebody, and use you for your time, right? Because that's not how I want to be approached. So I'm making sure that the energy that I put out is energy that I'm wanting to receive, right? So I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to do that, right? So I missed the opportunity. So I was a little perturbed at myself for a while. But so then this comes up and I'm like, okay, I have no idea who these people are, but I'm about to go say something. I need to walk up and literally at least introduce myself and try and figure out what's going on. So I walk up and I'm like, hey, what you guys got going on here, man? It's in the middle of what they're doing, right? Taking pictures and stuff. So I wasn't trying to interrupt. But big buff dude, black dude, he like, oh, I'm the director, this is the photographer. And I'm not sure if he said first form or something like that, or if he said he was the director of the facility, but I just was like, oh, okay, because he seemed kind of like, okay, I got to get back to what I'm doing. So I just kind of backed off and just kind of looked a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay. But that was initially what I decided to do. I was like, no, you have to at least go and be in that realm and interject yourself into that energetic field so that you are recognized. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of what you need to do, which, bam, is going to lead us into the topic. The topic for today. The topic for today is how to build confidence. 2 ways to build confidence, y'all. Okay. And that was a small glimpse of the first thing that I'm going to tell you. Number 1 is you must face your fear, and you have to literally practice this. What are you scared of? What is something that makes you fearful? Is it just maybe talking to strangers? Is it just saying hello to someone that is a stranger walking down the street? Go to the very basic form of what the fear is, because say your large fear is public speaking. Let's break it all the way down to one individual. Can you speak to one individual and just be like, hey, how you doing? Right? Just start there, because a lot of the times people don't give you these very easy broken down ways to be able to practice this. And so if you do that once a day, where you get outside your comfort zone and you say, hey, I'm going to interject myself into this person's field of energy and say hello, that over time is going to be like, oh, that's nothing, right? And then you build upon that. You say, okay, well, maybe I'll do it to a girl this time. Or if you're a girl, you say, I'm going to do it to a guy this time instead of picking a girl. If you're doing the same sex, just because it's easier to do in those moments in time, right? But that is the very first thing I would like to tell you to do, is to face a fear and then break it down to its most simplistic level of how you can do this, which is going to lead us into number 2, which is repetition. Repetition, repetition, repetition. It is going to refine you. Repeated reminders, repeated refines us. The more you can continuously do that, you are going to stretch that muscle of whatever it is that you're trying to build upon, and you are going to be able to get better at it. It's going to become easy. It's going to be second nature. I'm like, how are you so outgoing? Well, hey, I'll just, it's not. Sometimes, yes, some people have it based off of their upbringing, of how they were introduced to the world, introduced to people, how their parents were reacting, stuff like that. If you are not in that category, you must build this skill, and you build that skill through repetition. And so they work in tandem. They work together, facing your fear and then putting in the practice of repetitiously doing it. And now this has to be a consistent thing. This is something I also want to mention to the Mindset Matters legends, y'all, is the program is geared around consistency. You must continuously do the activities every single day for it to be effective. Okay, so if you're in the program, please take heed to my words in this time frame. This is very serious, because I do want you to find your power. I want you to get out of the race, if that's what you want to do. If you don't, that's totally cool. Okay, I'm not saying anything, but I would love to see what your superpowers are, right? But if you don't want that large of a responsibility, I am not forcing it on you. It is a lot. It is a lot, y'all. Trust me. It's a lot of responsibility when you start activating, you start becoming super. All right. So don't get that twisted. This is not like the, hey, oh, everything's going to be great type of game. All right. You are putting the game on extreme. You talking about, oh, I'm about to fight Thanos right away on level 1. Like, just cause I'm trying to do something that nobody's ever done before. That's literally what I'm asking you to do. And you're going to get wrecked. You're going to feel weird. It's gonna feel uncomfortable, really uncomfortable. You're gonna be nervous. You may say something stupid. It doesn't matter though. That's part of it, right? Because the more you do it, the more you introduce yourself into that field of energy. Okay, you will start to switch. You'll start to switch. It'll start to become easy, and then you'll start to be like, okay, you know what? Well, I did this the last time, so I'm gonna just try this time, and it's gonna be a little bit more. It's gonna be a little bit extra on top of what you already did, and that is what is going to build your confidence. You get way more confident. So I'm gonna give you a small story. So there's a book I recommend to you called, I believe it's called The Power of Habit. Forgot who the author was, but they talk about a lot of different things. And one of the things they talk about is one of the sports teams, right, that ended up winning the Super Bowl, and why they won the Super Bowl, right? This famous head coach, Tony Dungy, okay, knows the power of repetition, right? He's like, we're going to do they only practice a few specific plays, but they did it over and over and over again. Now, what's very interesting about that is, why I'm explaining for you to do that, is what happens is you actually get super heightened acute awareness around that specific activity that you don't even notice yourself as you're practicing it more and more and more. That's the Mr. Miyagi, y'all. I'm telling you, that's why I want you to join the program, because it's going to trip you out. You're going to all of a sudden be like, wait, what? I'm different. How? Is it really the program? Is it really this meditation, these activities that I'm doing? Is it really that? And you're gonna be confused for a moment, and then you're gonna be like, wait, but it has to be. That's the only thing I've added, right? And I'm telling you, because that's what happened to me, y'all. So listen, those are the two major ways, okay, that will change your confidence level and blow you up in confidence exponentially. You have to face something, and if you don't want to do it person to person, you have to find something inside of yourself. And in my program, I'll tell you to go live. I mentioned that's as a suggestion. If you want to go live on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever like that, and that kind of frightens you, then just do it. All right. Phil Knight, Nike, just freaking do it, y'all. Okay. Because that is what is going to get you past the level that you're currently at. That's what's going to give you the experience points. That's what's going to level you up. And you must go through it. You must feel the discomfort, the weirdness, the shy, goofy, whatever the case may be. You gotta feel it and just okay. I gotta do it. Nope, I'm just gonna do it. I gotta do it. I'm just gonna go through it and just actually do it. And it's gonna feel really kind of weird, but then you're gonna notice, wait a minute, they're just people. Right? I'm on the bike, right? Let me go back into the story of the people in LA Fitness. I'm on the bike and I'm like, they're just freaking people, Kev. They in here with the lights, and it's kind of intimidating. What though? For what? For nothing. I do all of that stuff. There's nothing intimidating about it. They're just exuding confidence to actually bring all of that equipment inside of the facility and do what they need to do. So I just was like, oh yeah, man, that's cool that y'all doing that, man. And he was like, all right, you have a blessed day. But what I did, which is why I tell y'all so much that I love time travel movies, is I changed the future. I changed the future, y'all. Do you understand that? That is so real. Okay, I got chills right now. I don't know if you're feeling that, because that just hit me. I changed the future. Yeah, if I would have did what I did with Damian Lillard and just not said anything, I wouldn't have changed anything. But I decided to interject myself into that field of energy, which is going to change the timeline of events going forward. Do you understand that? Do you understand that every choice we make hangs in the balance of our decisions? Come on. So listen, man, I'm getting fired up. Y'all don't know where this energy is coming from, but it's on and popping. All right. So listen, that is the two ways, y'all. That is the two ways. Okay. Consistency, repetition, and it's kind of three ways, but it's really two, because consistency and repetition is kind of like the same thing. But and facing something you are afraid of. And it doesn't have to be large. It can be something that you're just like, I don't want to do that. That makes me uncomfortable. That's not, that's a fear. That's a fear. There's an underlying fear there. Why does it make you uncomfortable? For what? All right. That's when you really dive into yourself and try and figure out, oh, wait a second. Okay, I'm a little scared. Why am I a little scared? What is that? What's that about? Right? And so now what we can do is practice this, y'all. Okay? Practice this. Please write it down. Consistency and facing my fear. Every day practicing it. Okay? Every day. Trying it out. Practicing it. All right. That's what we must do. You must take action. If you do not take action, you just listen to this and you say, oh yeah, I know about that. And you don't actually put in the work and the activities that I'm telling you to do. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. We can hold all the information in our brain, but it only translates into experience and wisdom after we actualize it, after we put in action behind it. That is the only time it actually makes an effective transition to experience, y'all. I'm telling you. All right. And once I realized that, I'm like, oh, that's what I was lacking the whole time. That's what I was lacking the whole time. And I didn't really know it. So I kind of empathize with people that be trying to tell me like, yo, oh, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And I always redirect and be like, but where is your real world experience to back that up though? I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from because I knew a lot of stuff as well, but I didn't actualize it. I didn't actually collapse it into reality by merging my body with the mind information that I had, the mind body connection of making it real so that I really can speak to it, not just from what I've learned, but also from what I've experienced. And you do need both. Do not think that people just can, oh yeah, well, no, I'm just experienced. Nope. You need both to be really, really effective. You need to have both. That is why we have the written word. That is why things are written down. Is because you need to have both. So anybody who says, oh, well, no, I didn't get this out of a book. It's like, okay, but if you did add that book on, I guarantee you will be sharper, faster, stronger, smarter. Okay. Don't play games with that. Don't get too cocky for your own self just because you've gone through things and you've made it into whatever realm you've made it into. Do not stop reading. Do not stop listening to information. Do not stop learning. All right. You do learn through experience, but I'm telling you, if you do the two at the same time, if you read and you also apply, you will skyrocket, okay, into change, into positive change, into growth. And that's what we're looking for. So 2 ways to be confident. Again, I'm drilling it. 2 ways to be confident. 1, face a fear. 2, be consistent or repetition. Repeat a process that you are scared of over and over and over again. Consistently do a process that you are scared of over and over and over again. And you're going to realize, oh, I'm not that scared of it. Nope, not anymore. Boom, confidence in that particular field, in that area, whatever you decide to start off with. And there's a lot that you can choose to do this with. Okay. There's a whole bunch of different areas now that you have access to that I've opened your awareness to that idea of doing that. And so pick, go ahead and choose. It's up to you. All right. So please, y'all, listen to this. And I'm telling you, join the program, man. I take you through the elements of life. All right. I take you through water, fire, earth, air. And I show you how it applies to you. I correlate it to specifics. And as you go through these activities, you find out who you are. All right. Do you really know who you are? Okay. Really think about that. And then I want you guys to visit the shop and get some gear, man. The gear is fire. All right. The gear is fire, y'all. And so I've made a commitment to myself that is the only thing that I'm going to wear going forward. Why? Because it's mine. It is fully mine. And I've created it. And I'm loving it. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This tastes different. This hits different. This is fully me. Fully my expression. Oh, whoa. No longer building in another dream. Now building my vision, my dream. It's different. The energy is different. And that's probably where this is coming from, because it's like, okay, now I get to really see where I'm at. I get to really find out what I've learned. It's like, interesting, man. good stuff, y'all. So yeah, don't want to take up too much of the time for y'all today, okay? Take heed to the things that I just mentioned, okay? All right. If you don't want to join the program, join the free Facebook group. It's in the link in the description, okay? It says join our free Facebook group so you can kind of get acclimated to the information that I'm sending out here. Start getting a new awareness to everything. All right. I also have the Mindset Matters assessment here of concentrated strength. I give you a little piece of your superpower to work on. And even if you do that, if you do that one every day, whoo, man, I'm giving you some free heat out here, y'all. All right. Even if you do that one, you will, man, it'll change you. That one totally changed me too. It gave me laser focus, because that's what it is. You concentrate your strength, your attention on a particular thing. And who knew that you can exercise that? Yep, you sure can. We have more than just physical muscles, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I am going to leave you with that. All right, focus on the good, guys. Look at all the links in the description. Okay, all the links in the description give you a lot of details, a lot of stuff going on. All right, and always know that mindset matters more than anything else. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Make the day great anytime.